And now, in conclusion, I want to bring you an update to a story we reported on quite a bit last week. This is the Professional Educator Standards Board, and they were set to vote on Friday on new rules that would hold local school superintendents accountable for what they say is willful noncompliance with state laws. This is specifically regarding gender identity policies and parental notification policies that were spelled out when lawmakers, majority Democrats, passed House Bill 1296 in 2025. That required the Professional Educator Standards Board to go in and change the Washington Administrative Code to say that superintendents, whether they're certified or not, can in fact be removed if they're in a district that is not complying with these. So there have been several school boards across the state, Meade and Kennewick and LaCentre. We've reported on these over and over, where they've said, we don't want to go along with this. We believe it's in conflict with federal guidance. And in fact, it is. The state of Washington is under investigation by OSPI. The OSPI, yes, is being investigated by the federal government for the fact that we're in conflict, because I think it was his first day in office, or certainly the first week in office, that President Trump said, we're not doing this stuff. We're not doing the gender pronouns. We're not doing the boys and girls sports, all the things that, Washington State is still doing. And so the question is, why move forward on this now when there are lawsuits going on? And this, again, was passed in 2025. And here we are nearly halfway through 2026. And now you finally have this board saying, we're going to hold these superintendents accountable. Well, instead, on Friday, when they were expected to make this vote, they tabled the vote and said there was not sufficient time to consult with Washington's tribal community. Now, I don't know what the tribes said in their comments or reaching out to the PESB board and saying, we didn't have enough time to weigh in on this. You're not going to change, the Washington Administrative Code, basically Washington state law, without giving us more time. So they tabled it. There was no vote on Friday. Now, whether or not they're going to kind of slow walk this and wait for the courts to weigh in, or wait to see what the Trump administration does with their investigation into OSPI, that remains to be seen. We also don't know, but we intend to submit records requests to hopefully find out what the comments looked like that came into the PESB board, because Washington Policy Center's Education Center Director Vicki Murray and I don't think I saw it anywhere else, wrote about this extensively last week. And I think there was some pushback. Folks were submitting those comments, maybe showed up at their 2 days of meetings because those were open to the public. So I want to get a sense of how that might have played into things. So that is it for today's episode of Washington in Focus Daily for this Monday, May the 18th. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow.